Mozart. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was a prolific and influential composer of the classical era. Born in Salzburg, Austria, Mozart showed prodigious musical talent from a young age, composing his first piece at the age of 5 and performing for royalty throughout Europe as a child. He went on to write over 600 works, including operas, symphonies, chamber music, and concertos, many of which are still beloved and performed today. Mozart's music is characterized by its beauty, complexity, and emotional depth. He was a master of melody, harmony, and counterpoint, and his compositions are noted for their inventive use of form and structure. Mozart's operas, in particular, are renowned for their dramatic power and psychological insight, as well as their musical brilliance. One of Mozart's most famous works is his opera, The Marriage of Figaro, which premiered in 1786. The opera, based on a play by Pierre Beaumarchais, is a witty and sophisticated comedy that skewers the aristocracy and their foibles. The music is lively and full of memorable tunes, including the famous overture, which is a masterpiece of musical wit and ingenuity. The opera is also notable for its complex characters, who are portrayed with depth and nuance. Another of Mozart's great operas is Don Giovanni, which premiered in 1787. The opera tells the story of the infamous seducer and libertine Don Giovanni, who meets his comeuppance in the end. The music is dark and dramatic, with moments of intense emotion and beauty. The character of Don Giovanni is one of the most complex and fascinating in all of opera, and Mozart's music captures his complexity and humanity in a way that few composers have been able to match. Mozart was also a master of instrumental music, and his symphonies and concertos are still staples of the classical repertoire. His Symphony No. 40 in G minor is one of his most famous works, and it is notable for its brooding intensity and emotional power. The piece is often cited as an example of the Sturm und Drang style, which was characterized by intense emotion and dramatic contrasts. Mozart's piano concertos are also among his most famous works. His Concerto No. 21 in C major, for example, is a masterpiece of grace and elegance, with a beautiful slow movement that is one of the most beloved pieces of classical music ever written. The concerto is a showcase for the piano, and it highlights Mozart's gift for melody and his ability to create music that is both beautiful and technically challenging. Despite his musical brilliance, Mozart's life was not always easy. He struggled with financial difficulties throughout his career, and he was often at odds with the authorities in Vienna, where he lived for much of his life. He also suffered from poor health, and he died at the age of 35, leaving behind a wife and 2 young children. Mozart's legacy, however, is secure. His music continues to be performed and loved around the world, and his influence can be heard in the work of countless composers who came after him. Mozart's music is a testament to the power of human creativity, and it remains as vital and relevant today as it was over 200 years ago. Vocabulary: prolific, producing a great number or amount of something. Influence, the power to have an effect on people or things, or a person or thing that is able to do this. Era, A period of time of which particular events or stages of development are typical. Prodigious. Extremely great in ability, amount, or strength. Throughout. In every part, or during the whole period of time. Beloved. Loved very much. Complexity. The state of having many parts and being difficult to understand or find an answer to. Counterpoint. The combination of two or more different tunes played at the same time. Inventive. Very good at thinking of new and original ideas. Renown. The state of being famous. Insight. A clear, deep, and sometimes sudden understanding of a complicated problem or situation. Premiere. If a show, film, etc. premieres or if it is premiered, the first public performance or showing takes place. Witty. Using words in a clever and funny way. Skewer. To put pieces of food, especially meat, on a skewer. Foible. A small fault or foolish habit. Tune. A series of musical notes, especially one that is pleasant and easy to remember. Overture. A piece of music that is an introduction to a longer piece, especially an opera. Wit. Intelligence and the ability to think quickly. Ingenuity. Someone's ability to think of clever new ways of doing something. Notable. Important and deserving attention, because of being very good or interesting. Portray. To represent or describe someone or something in a painting, film, book, or other artistic work. Infamous. Famous for something considered bad. Seduce. To make someone feel attracted to you and want to have sex with you, often someone younger or less experienced. Comeuppance. A punishment or some bad luck that is considered to be fair and deserved punishment for something bad that someone has done. Fascinate. To have someone's complete interest and attention. Staple. A main product or part of something. Struggle. To experience difficulty and make a very great effort in order to do something. Legacy. Money or property that you receive from someone after they die. Vital. Necessary for the success or continued existence of something, extremely important. Testament. The detail of her wildlife paintings is testament to her powers of observation.